Counter-Strike Global Offensive to be played here in Mumbai. You guys have been a great host to me. I, for one, have thoroughly enjoyed my time here thus far, and I'm looking forward to crowning a victor tomorrow. But first, we got to barrel through some of this match.
Yes, we do. But today we have 2 easy versus 20. This is one of the Saudi matches. So
the Super Bowl local.
Very, very simple games and very, very good.
You'll be able to press. Thank you.
They are the 2 best
This is one of those tone-setting games, right? So you want to come in here and you want to make a statement. You want to be that team that says, you know what? Last time we were here on stage in Mumbai, we were the ones that came out on top. So it's a pretty big matchup, all things considered, not just in correlation to the brackets, but also head-to-head and sort of a rivalry.
Exactly. Like, these are the 2 previous champions. 2 easy games won the previous season, and before that, we went to crowning victors. So we have 2 rivals and ex-champions and 1 current champion. These are room. It's going to be like you said, it's going to be a
But I'd be really curious to see where the crowd actually sits on this. So I mean, like, what do you think the ratio is behind it?
I think both these teams have pretty equal on both fans. The thing that sets them apart this season is the presence of Dab and Sonu, who are in-game leader and they've been brought to the scene. They have had spice things up, change the style of play, become an occupation. It's the best way to put it.
A more orthodox approach to the game rather than, hey, let's push everything and hope for the best, and perhaps we'll get some frags. Perhaps we won't, but the map will be trained. That's what we're going to be seeing here. I've been warned that Indian players love to see Inferno, so I'm kind of shocked that we will not be having Inferno. However, Train goes just fine.
I am really happy with this one. I mean, no hate to the Inferno, but I'm sorry, Train is just so much better.
It is a nice change of pace. Either way, it does look like we're going to be getting into this fist around, and fist bumps, the high fives have been exchanged. If you're watching this on Boot right now, thank you for joining us. It's a perfect time to play. That's right. Let's get some boys going by. Let's get in the action. Let's ramp this bad boy up and jump right into a fist around.
Indeed, and well, I think Falcon's just waiting to buy up the utility of the kid. Yeah, 1 kid on the CD side, always a good measure. It's just better safe than sorry. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. We are live with the pistol round, first CS game on stream on the big stage, and we're ready for some action.
Yeah, it does look like we're going to be posturing towards the inner sight there, at least maybe a late ladder take from the T's on Entity Gaming. They do have all 5 members there, and all of that aggression over the Ivy side is too easy. They already have so much map control. They push down, they've got that awareness. They know they're not going to be setting up for an outside piece here on that A bomb site, because there's going to be an explosion here on the inside, and they're going to start coming down that ramp right about now. It's going to be side leading charge. He's going to be running into that first little bit of contact there with Anti. So rather slowly, but surely, here they come down the ramp, a little bit of flashing coming through, utility being used. That first rack all the way up Dab, and Inti's going to have this bomb site pretty much handed to them on the backs of that opening pick. Now the bomb will be planted, the retake is on there from the rear. Rexy and Pokey can go get that flank in, finding a frag, going to make this a little bit more in their favor. As it's set up right now, the frags are coming in, exchanged just properly. It's not going to be up to Rexy and Tito. They do have the bomb site in their favor. The Dab now all up to Amateur Sue. He's got to defend that bomb. 1 versus 1, 1-on-1 with Tito, and he can do it, ladies and gentlemen. You said it wasn't possible, but my goodness, would you believe it?
Well, yes, Amaterasu clinching that 1v2 yesterday. Didn't have a very quiet day at the BYOC during the qualifiers, and yes, he is to play. He has woken up, and well, he is considered by most Indian experts to be the best player in the country. I'm just glad to see that he's back on form and fragging away to his heart's content. Pretty decent take on the bomb side by Entity there. That's what I was talking about. They're a more organized team.
Yeah.
You saw the smokes, you have a perfect execution, just barreling up, reducing the distance, putting the drops to the advantage there, and well, the rest is history. They have still down, now they start rolling.
Yeah. I mean, they had to get in there and set themselves up to take that inside bomb site. Of course, doing that, they did it a little bit slower, more methodical. What did work out for them was the fact that Too Easy didn't push that Ivy flank too fast, because that could have all spelled disaster here on the pistol round. Either way, they got in there, they got it done, and we're going to be going into that second round. 6 pistols coming out, 3 Deagles, 2 P250s on the side of Too Easy. trying to find some redemption here on the back of that pistol.
I mean, it's interesting, right? You see Astralis almost always force high into the round, they lose the pistol round, but that method really hasn't been translated in the Indian scene thus far. I'm hoping that so completely and the big side header partner, not for long. Tito is not playing long for this good, and now it's all pokey with Eagle and a Dream.
Yeah, a Eagle and a Dream, and that's about all you can have here on these rounds, right? You're trying to get in there with a little bit of money and a little bit of utility that you can scrounge up, having lost that pistol round. Now you want to try to get in there and do as much economic damage, if not win the round. Obviously, at this point, stopping them from planning, or maybe even taking out as many as you can before you fall, is going to benefit your entire side going into at least what would be the middle rounds of this first half. Either way, a too easy game. Too easy round there for Entity as we look forward to this third round. And this is a best of one, a lot of implications on this map. You gotta kind of wonder who's a little bit more comfortable in this one over the other.
And interesting enough, Too Easy hasn't really gone for the buy, it's just pistols again. I think they're here comes the utility there. You see Sai gets one, gets the second as well. Tito and Antidote out of the round, biting the dust almost instantaneously.
Yes, you would rather bite the dust than anything else, but we do have 3 players left. It's going to be Pokey, Rexy, and Falcon. And as I said earlier, it also applies to this round. You're still trying to do a little bit of economic damage. You want to do as much pain as you can to Entity right now to hurt their economy going forward. You don't want them to be able to build up this massive bankroll and really kind of run away with it. And that's exactly what they're going to be trying to do. And now it's all down to Rexy with that Eagle. So not really finding that success that they wanted. They did lose out on the plant there. And, well, Rexy with that Eagle, not even as much as a dream that he hoped to have anything come his way at the end of this round. 3-0 Entity Gaming look to put guns in the hands of Too Easy going into the fourth round.
Yeah, and not only will they have guns, they're going to have the full stacks to meet these methods. It's very important on the city side of having those molotovs to stop those pushes, the smokes. Excuse me.
You okay, man?
Little dusty.
Yeah, it's a little dusty out here. Not a mirage or dust, but it's definitely a little dusty. I'd assume in the train yards. I'd assume that's a place where it's probably a little bit stagnant air there, I'd say.
I would definitely assume that.
We're going to see the double box come out on the side of Too Easy very early in this game. We didn't see him save all the way up to this point, so now that they have all that utility, 3 kids to boot and 2 AWPs, now just going to be waiting their turn here to try to get something going. They've got to start to put a defense on Entity or they're going to run away with this half. Well, you don't want to see them run away with the first half because it definitely doesn't leave any margin for error going into the second half. It's that op set up there to the side of Ivy. Falcon getting the opening frag there on the side of the CTs. Dalvin is going to fly. Now 3 members left here for Entity Gaming. Sai, Hellranger, and Dab. And now they seemingly have a little bit of a panic situation on their hands. The bomb's going to be planted. Tito's going to find a frag in the meantime. So while the bomb did not get planted, actually that got crushed rather quickly. It's not going to be up to Sai and Dab to sort of reconcile and bring this round back forward. They do find a 2v2 here, so it's not all done and over with, but that AWP could bring big problems. That bomb finally getting planted. Falcon set up there, the connector, anti-chime in huge with the first frag. And this retake of the bomb site to get 2v1 now. Sai has all of the work to do. He knows that there's a player in Ivy, and he knows that he's got to fight these 1-on-1. He's going to look for that first frag. He does find it on the anti. Now Sai versus Falcon. With the kid in hand, so Falcon does have that to work on. Working their way around those trains, trying to play a little bit of cat and mouse here. Flash the bomb to the side. Falcon's gonna tap the bomb. He does have that kit, so while it has beat ever so fast, he does not have spectacularly. He's not gonna be able to get this done. I can't hear the beeps, but perhaps, just barely. Ladies and gentlemen, 0.5 seconds remaining, and you love to see it, don't you?
Yep, I mean, lynching it by the skin of your teeth, that's exactly how we like it. Cutting it too close, but here's the thing, Entity Gaming, they have the money, Too Easy, they don't, and Double Eagle actually comes back fighting the backside rather than actually ending up helping them. They have the double option, which is significant investment. They lose that with just a single op being maintained. Entity Gaming is going for a very comfortable buy and just annihilate Too Easy's economy.
Yeah, they really could. And from what that buy was for Too Easy, they really needed that round.
Yeah.
You know, them finding it is definitely going to help them going forward. Obviously, the money's still pretty stacked up on the side of Entity, like you're saying. So they should have no troubles there, even if they do have one player sitting on 1.5. That's not going to be any issue. You got 8-3, you got 7-9. There's tons of money still floating around there, as well as a tech pause that has come into the picture. Let's see what that's all about, but it does look like we're going to be returning to the action. Mumbai, good evening. I don't want to say goodnight, we're not saying goodbye.
I mean, yeah, it's still, the night is still young. This is Mumbai, this is a city that never sleeps. It's like New York, it's like, it just does not sleep. It is forever awake, and it's one of the best cities in the country, especially for esports. This is the birthplace of esports in the country, and the crowd always turns out in numbers. Lots of support, lots of teams. It's fantastic in this city, and casting and watching games kind of tournaments here.
Look, man, one experience I never thought I would, maybe endure is not the right word, but it would have to be the auto rickshaw. And you know, I told Bled earlier, I was like, no, this is really cool. I like this so much that I might even name my firstborn Rickshaw. Rick, you know, middle name Shaw. Yeah, maybe it doesn't fit, maybe it does. Either way, it was a good time, and I was even more shocked to find out that I could call an Uber rickshaw. That really did blow my mind.
I mean, it is one of the most convenient ways to travel. It does look like the internet is coming in and goes tracking the first one. Falcon gets another dab. He's completely wrecked that into defense. But let's have to bring it in. He's still here. Zoom banger, ready to ring loud and proud.
Zoom banger, but Rex has got this big flank. He's going to get sniffed out by side. Does have an AK-47. The bomb has been planted. That's going to be an anti-Falcon. They're going to probably try to get something going here. Anti's not going to want to lose this op in this situation. It could spell disaster later on. Slow of a reaction there, but he does manage to take down a Hell Ranger. That second frag, ZZ can't seem to find it. That's going to be a through round on the board for Entity, and that is not what you want to see if you're too easy. The money is shattered, the economic situation has dwindled, and now they're in trouble.
Yep, they are in trouble. And this was the worst possible outcome for them, the hard reset coming in. They did win that previous round, but at the cost of 4 players that stretched their economy to the breaking point. And they just didn't have the utility that we want to trade to stop that push coming all the way from the point with the internet. And Entity, very good read in that round, knew exactly what was up with the Easy's economy, and they kind of pounced it.
And the thing is, Anti went down, right? You know, he maybe could have saved that 808, but he went down with full utility. And you've got to kind of wonder, why wasn't that used? Why was that not used in the choke points? Why wasn't that used to sort of slow down this hit that Entity put on that inner sight? And now we're going to see that aggression coming out again. It is an eco round, so you will see them doing something strange for a little piece of change right here. And Anti is going to be doing just that, taking this fight within the T connector.
And there's, I think, Tito back as well, and there's should have been a double pick, but now Sai got the kill, but Loki in the meantime has found Amaterasu, but Lex Cali does trade him out with the inner bomb set. The inner bomb set has been lost, but look at that anchor. Got himself an AK-47. He can cut off the rotation. Hellranger, is he aware of this? He is
Too aware.
that was close.
And already this has been a really good round from Too Easy. And despite what you might think, yes, pistols versus weapons, this should never happen. In Counter-Strike Global Offensive, if there's one thing that does happen more often than not, it's pistols prevail over the stronger firepower. Bomb's going to be finally getting planted here from Entity on this inner bomb site. And, they're just going to be trying to play through the motions here to defend that planted bomb as it stands. Falcon and Rexy trying to do the best they can to retake it. They have absolutely no reason not to at this point. It's not that they need to save weapons. Saw hitting an amazing shot there in midair onto Falcon, taking him out. Quick, clean light. Now Rexy's going to be trying to do anything he can. Some of that damage could walk into the nose side. Hellranger were extremely low on HP. Couldn't necessarily lasso it down. 5-1 Entity Gaming. Definitely not the start that you want in a 2
Definitely not. Back to on the CD side of things, it is decidedly a more CD-sided map, and already giving the T-side 6 rounds, that's what you want with the T-side, isn't it? Like, it's not a...
Yeah, absolutely.
Why would you even bother? Like, you reach 6 rounds, that's more than enough for the T-side. You can chill the rest of the half, literally not win any other round, and still have enough of a cushion to win it when you switch to CD side.
But one thing I did like about that round was watching Too Easy, or at least Anti, pushing up here in that trying to take the fight in, just like Tito is right now, taking down next out. And quickly, 3 more members of Too Easy have fallen. So Rexy and Falcon finding themselves in a very familiar situation. On 1, that's good news. Might not be enough as he looks for a second. The bomb does get tapped inside his sight. No plant yet. It's going to be 3 members alive here for Entity Gaming. And they are a little bit shaken by that. They're a little bit taken back by the fact that, you know what, hey, we took these pistols, we pushed in there, we got a couple frags, and now we got you scared any which way you turn. Anywhere you go, anywhere you look, we might be right there with a pistol, all up in your face. And it's not going to be the case here on the inner bomb site. Hellranger's going to end that round out, another round on the board for Entity. This one's starting to snowball. Finally, we will see some more weaponry come out on the side.
Yeah, and again, it's back to the double up setup from easy Falcon dropping that in. It's Tito. And he's regarded as one of the best offensive players. He actually lead that offense. And so far, he's been very quiet. Just 3 frags in the head. He's a player who thrives on aggression and confidence. And if he doesn't have a good start early on, he kind of fades away into the background. Not a good sign for a player who lives off of confidence and just emotion, I'd say.
And speaking of the background, we do have quite a few members of the audience out there. Mumbai, let me hear you make a little bit of noise right now, please. Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, we do have another gun round here. Too Easy finally chiming in. We got that double op set up back on the table. But as it stands, they've got to find an answer here. They've got to find some defensive solutions to Entity because this one is starting to slip away.
Yeah, slowly but surely it is, but that's a good sign. Getting the man advantage early, falling back, now you can just defend, sit back, use your utility to just keep delaying the push. And Entity Gaming, now the ball's in their court, they have to make a move. They got the man advantage, disadvantage, not bad.
But they're lacking map control this early on, right? They do have the brown balls, but you have a really well postured Too Easy right now. You have 2 players sort of that inside sight and 3 setting up outside. They're not going to look to push that Ivy. They don't want to push it. They don't want to be punished for it because they really don't have that room to wiggle right now. They need to just kind of sit back and perhaps find these picks and work off that. It's going to be the inner hit. Anti, really good frag there to keep this alive for Too Easy in this round. 3 members left alive for Entity. They're going to have to make a decision. Is it inside or outside? 30 seconds left on the clock, and they're going to transition back to that ladder. Find their way outside. You don't get the big one. And we're going to see the train keep on rolling here. Dob going to fall in. And maybe we see a plant come out for Entity Gaming. That Molotov can be slowing down that retake just a little bit. At 3 HP, I don't even think a Dream is good enough here. Is that nose going to come in? And Antidote is going to end the round in the way of Too Easy. Definitely going to need that round. Definitely going to need to string together a few more.
Yeah, and I love that he gets the kill off the back and then falls back, but still changing up the position, taking up the angle. Because the Green's man is trained towards that position, they kind of have to adjust. Plus the rotation coming in from the other bomb side, the team's hitting out outlet as insert, and they just get annihilated.
Well, I mean, I like my peppers red hot chili, honestly. That's generally the way I like it.
Kind of sort of strayed away from it.
No, I was talking about the red hot chili peppers. Man, see what I did there? It's all about the wordplay. It's all about the gift of the gab, which is what we're going to be looking to do as Too Easy is trying to talk their way into a 3rd round. Have a little bit of a pause, but we are back on schedule. You know, you gotta appreciate Too Easy for still taking that fight here to Entity. They can't just bow out and let Entity control the pace of the game, or this game's going to slip away even further. 6 rounds on their T side is not dooming by any means, but you definitely don't want to see them grabbing 6+.
Yeah. And also, let's be honest, the biggest stage he has ever had. You want to show your chops, you want to show off your talent, you want to get it all, you want to lay it all out on the field and not have anything left in the tank. And that's the point. I think both teams are just completely in it to win it.
Yep, and that's what they're going to have to do. XCal trying to cheat out down a little bit on that ramp and maybe find a pick and open the door here for Entity. Utility's going to get used. Tons of utility still left for Too Easy. The flashbangs reign supreme. Dab does find that kill with Pokey. Opens up the sight. Nearby, Rex is going to be coming through that connector. Anti's going to be wanting to play too. We've got 2 AWPs in the equation. We've got a very well set up Entity in the post plant. I'm just going to go ahead and say Falcon's got the position to do something huge here. Can he find unsuspected frag? Dab and Amateuris are going to do so. Falcon does find that one, and right now he has the bomb site. He's putting a big thorn in their side. It's not going to be enough, though. Anti's going to have to do something really crazy here, like save his weapon.
The thing is, right, the frags you get now are kind of ineffective. And he had to be a lot more proactive during that game. He ran scared. The moment he saw the smokes and the kill came in, I think it was Pokey was playing close to his ball. hunts him down and just kills him, downs him like roadkill. And there we go, the entry machine just keeps trampling on and get easy faced with the ego.
Yeah, and you hate to see Too Easy be deflated like that. And I dare I say it took them long enough to get their economy built back up, and they find themselves in an awkward situation now, right? They're going to save this round. They're going to pull out a Deagle and a CZ, which is being fiscally responsible, but for what it's worth, they're going to have to live on some fumes here for at least this round. They're going to have to get up close and personal. This Molotov is surely going to be pushing Anti at least out of position. Now, they have set up 4 players towards that outside sight line solely on Pokey inside. Dab is going to find that first frag, which should open up the sight. He finds another one. The PSR is Sai is going to chime in as well. So that round kind of crumbled like a house of cards.
Yep. House of cards, hurricane, like I said.
House of cards, hurricane, yeah.
Yep. But then again, I mean, it's just pistols. You don't really expect much, although, yeah, if you close the distance, those things can be obviously annoying. But yeah, nothing happens. Entry, thing that quite textbook, using utility, effect, flushing them out, and okay,
Yeah, and perhaps Pokey can find what my English lad friends would say, a cheeky kill here, and save a weapon off to the side, but it's not looking too likely. It's actually just going to go ahead and fall. But we will see weaponry coming out on the side of Too Easy. And I asked you earlier, Archie, but I'm just not sure where this crowd lies. I'm not sure if they're more Entity Gaming fans. Nope. Or Too Easy fans. They're a little quiet. They might need your help right about now. It's one of those things.
Yeah, I mean, come on, guys, scream for your team. Which one, Entity or Too Easy?
Team Dav is what it's looking like right now. Starts 16-4. He's sitting very pretty, and even more than that. Dav's going to find himself sitting at 148 ADR going into round number 11. Definitely having a pretty good game here on stage, having a good showing.
I mean, these guys are no aliens to land. They thrive with the land environment. They yearn for it, and they're hungry for it. And Dav, he's also their IGL. I think.
Okay, yeah.
Call him the Indian Grey for a reason. He frags out like a madman. Why partially his true scoopers.
Now, there's an entire discussion had on in-game leaders that are able to find themselves in situations, or put themselves in situations, rather, that are advantageous, right? I mean, you've seen it over the course of CS, where you've got a player like Nico, right, who is a lethal force, regardless of being an in-game leader or not. But when you put him in that role, people were wondering, is that going to affect him? Is that going to eat at him? Is it going to take away his individual skill? And believe it or not, he's still able to frag out of control. Maybe he's just a madman. And Falcon, being the madman that he is, going to find that first kill here for Too Easy on this gun round. A very, very important round for Too Easy. They've got to get some momentum here. They want to end this half in 7. As it stands, they have the advantage, at least in this round thus far.
Sai, just walking up. Rexy, he got a blink of time, gets the kill, and goes untraded. This spell disaster, because now that's a 2-man advantage for Too Easy Gaming. Now they're firmly in the driver's seat.
Yeah, they gave that kill up, and it wasn't that they were being pressured on Ivy either. They probably thought, hey, you know what, we can probably get a little bit of freedom of movement here. We can probably push up a little bit on Ivy and perhaps do something there, maybe make it work, get a little bit of map control, but that's just not going to be the case. And now we're going to see the flex back towards that T-connector. Sai and crew here trying to get something. He does have that AWP. Spots Anti on the train, gets the pick. And now the door is open. They're going to be able to run into that outside bomb site. Out, as we used to call it back in my heyday. And now all the pressure is on. The bomb has been planted. These CTs need to get here and do something about it. The weird thing that I'm going to have to point out is there are no kids. So this could spell disaster for Too Easy. And unfortunately, the 3v3, they're going to have to decide rather soon if they want to save these weapons. Doesn't look like they're going to be trying to put themselves into an advantageous situation. Not going to happen that easy. Or Too Easy. It's a 2v2. Sai right now with AWP set up big in that connector, finds that pick, and that's going to be almost the nail in the coffin. Falcon trying to do something, but doesn't have a kid. Sai's got the pick, and that's going to be all she wrote. 9-2. Entity walking away with this first half.
And they just turned around a 5v3 into a round.
Yes, they did.
That is what is worrying me. Because Too Easy, again, they're so scared of this 4 unit pick. I don't get it. Trade, just trade. You have a numbers advantage. Just play the numbers but they're good. But now again, their economy is wrecked, and so the scoreline is definitely running away from them. And I for one, am really worried for Tunisia's morale right now.
I mean, they had the advantage early on in the round, and for whatever it's worth, that just kind of, you talk about a house of cards and a hurricane. I mean, that's like white on rice on a paper plate in a snowstorm, right? It's something outrageous like that. Either way, we're going to be seeing it, the weird new rifles coming out. Not new, but we all can agree that it's not, I don't think it's as fulfilling as, per se, an M4 AK kill.
It is not. It is a card gun. It is a card gun.
We caught now, boys.
Yeah, we caught now. That spray packet is widely easy to control with it scoped up. I might add. It is just ridiculous.
It is that another eco round here for Too Easy, and it's starting to not look so easy for them whatsoever. 2 CZs, a Deagle, and a USP left in their arsenal. And the way they're set up right now, not looking like they're going to be finding too much success with that. Entity having their pick of the litter here, haven't really decided exactly how they want to approach this, but with that bomb on the Ivy side, you can go ahead and suspect that they're going to be able to waltz right into outside, get that plant down.
The inner bomb side is completely open. It's just Tito to a small ladder right now. And, well, yes, he's going to have a lot of traffic headed his way, but he'll check it. I mean, Tito, if he plays this right, it doesn't matter. It's tough.
Yes, indeed. Again, this is an eco round, so you can only have your expectations set so high. And we have another COD kill coming in there. Tito, Falcon, and Anti. Actually, I take all that back. I made all that up. He died instantly as soon as I said his name. Sorry, bro. I hate that cash curse. Weird. Tito and Falcon trying to do something here, maybe save a weapon, but they're not in too good a position to do that either. So that's going to be a 10th round on the board for Entity, and little to no pushback, little to no fight from Too Easy.
I mean, I don't think they have it. I don't get it. I don't think they're very used to playing train, I have to say, because this has looked really awkward the way they played on the same side.
Yeah, this is a super strange showing here. It's kind of a downhill ball spiral at this point, right? Like it's just rolling. And that's exactly what Entity's doing. They're stacking it up now. They can buy the rest of this half. Each player has tons of money. They have all the utility in the world. There are rounds here where they're not even using utility and they're getting out in front of Too Easy. And 10-2 kind of speaks volumes to that.
It looks at points, it doesn't look like they're just going on there and deathmatch in the server. It's just they're beating up on aim. That's not something you want to see or want to be able to receive again as
Easy. With the AWPs now looking for some validation, some vindication, some redemption. That would be the story that they're going to try to tell as they try to lasso these last 3 rounds in their favor of this first half. Again, this is the best of 1. Every round counts ever so crucially. Rexy trying to hold that ladder area. He's got a bad nuke coming down on his head here in a second. I like what Entity's doing here. They have absolutely no fear. They're going to take the fight. They have no reason to have fear. It's not that their economic game is going to be punished by any stretch of the imagination at this point. And if you're over there Too Easy, well, you're struggling to buy, much less buy kits. So already you're doing yourself in the late round. And with 2 AWPs, you've got to wonder if that's not working, when you start to change it up.
yeah, I mean, even 2 class captains on, and we've seen the double upset hasn't worked for them thus far. Like, they do get some aggression, some map control, but then they're just so scared. They give it right up. They're not holding it, they're not coming to players to it.
Falcon, Hal has the door open. There's something big here into Ivy. There are 3 players ready to take Ivy with the bombs. He's split the outside site most likely. Falcon not sure. He feels a lot of place, but then he gets spotted. Not before. He's able to get absolutely no frags. He did absolutely nothing there. With Pokey and Tito left, 25 seconds left on the clock. Maybe they can stop the plant. Maybe they can force some fights here. As it stands, there's simply too much utility, too much firepower on the side of Entity. No, Tito does have that option. Still, no kits in their hands. It's rather dooming, and I hate to say it. Tito, Flash, CZ, AWP, he's going to be going for this one. He's got to go all in at this point. He's already fully committed. He finds himself in a 2v1. He can try to find 1v1 fights here, but what he can hope for is to do them rather quickly because every second counts, and each one of those is ticking off that bomb timer. He does get the spot there towards Hell. Can't find the frag, gonna go for the no-scope, can't land it, and he gets punished for it ever so dearly. You hate to see it. Tito falls in a round on the board for NT, brings us to 11-2.
I mean, that post round was played so well by the They did not give Tito an inch to work with. No peaks, nothing. And when Sai was actually scoring, he just toyed with him. They knew exactly where Tito was and whatever he just carried, and they just toyed with him and shaved off more time in more less time.
स्क्रीन रिकॉर्डिंग चालू करो और हमारा स्क्रीन
You know what? You know what's probably worse than an 11-2 first half? Sweaty ears. Which is got a case of those right now. That's completely okay. It might be this coffee here. I've had quite a time with coffee. Tito, speaking of which, coming in with a big scout kill. Might not be enough. He finds a second on the Hellraiser. Looks for a third there on the connector. And he gets it. Does quite a bit of damage. Has the surprise. And he right now. You hate to see that. Just like that, we see a third round on the board for Tunisie. There was a bomb plant there. Again, economic situation, not something to be worried about. But each round right here is what Tunisie wants to grab. They want to at least make it gun rounds in the second half.
That was a pretty smart chance. Yeah, you're right. They want to at least make it in the second half. Tunisie and give themselves some sort of chance. But 11 rounds on the T side, I don't think that's...
Doesn't bode well, does it?
Yeah, that's an indictment of their season side. Rather dangerous one at that.
I gave you some stat lines earlier. I'll give you another one again. Dab's sitting at 142 ADR. He hasn't really fluctuated too much from what I said earlier. Still putting some fire down range. 20-6 going into this last round of the first half. Tunisie wants to grab this one if they want to have any chance going into that second half. They now have some kids to work with, so at least they've got that going for them. Double op yet again, tons of utility, and what I would like to see them do now is start using some of this utility before it's too late, right? They need to be putting this pressure on these choke points and stopping some of this freedom of movement. Entity is able to just run around this entire map, shooting heads, taking nades, doing whatever the hell it is that they want to do. And that is something that you have to have an answer for on your defensive side if you're too easy.
I mean, I think Tunisie are playing very conventionally, and there's the...
Chumpkins comes out, Falcon finds the frag, and it's going to be an even trade. Hellraiser's going to take him down. 4 versus 4, Molotov's come out there. Typical protocol for Tito, at least he stands in it. Takes a good half damage there, but the damage has already been done. The T's are already heading inside. That bomb will be quick to follow. They're already out to the site. Right now, they're going to have all that room to run with. Anti's going to have something to say about the price. And now, the show is on. An awkward situation there for that bomb carrier, Dab. He's got to recollect himself, bring it back in, try to get it full circle. They have a player at Ivy, they have a player coming down the ladder, and they're going to have to split this outside site. 30 seconds left on the clock.
They have to do it quickly, yes.
They have to do it quickly. Rexy is going to make that a tall order, and this able to fill it. It's going to be up to Dab now. He's got the element of surprise, but he does not have the time to work with. He's got to take this fight quick. He does find that frag on Rex. He's able to pretty much just walk out there. Might go with the full plant here. It does look like he does. Except for the block retake. Tito swinging around that corner. The bomb plant matters to a hill of beans because that's going to be another round on the board for Tunisie. Hopefully not too little too late.
Look at that.
Yeah, it's wild, right?
When it came down to the wire, you should not have a smoke and flashbacks to on you at that point.
Not the smokes. I mean, you can think about, okay, retake scenario, this, that, and the other. We can theory strike all day, but the reality is those smokes need to be used pretty early in the round. They need to be used to thwart off some of this aggression and some of this map control that Entity simply had no problem gaining throughout the entire time.
Yeah, and even though it was, that's the thing, even though but with Dab still being live on the server, he never counted any gaming out of it. That's how dangerous he's been so far. And well, I mean, I guess now with them being on the T side, they get dictated pace of the game too easy. They need to do something, and they need to do something very, very quickly because this is moving way out of their hands. 11-4 on the switch, and the gaming moving towards the T side, more favorable side. It is going to be, well, a tall order. And the thing is, actually, they have so much inflation. They've just pushed Ivy, Amaterasu, and side, and just seen that everything's clear so far. Everything's hunky-dory.
Well, I do love a pistol round, and I hope you do too, because this could be the story of the turnaround up too easy. 11-4 was the first half score, and one thing I love more than pistol rounds would be the people that are all making this very much a reality over at Zowie HyperX Corsair Monster Alienware and Book My Show, as well as you, the viewer at home on Voot, as well as the audience for sitting here and being patient and ready to get into this game, because for what it's worth, you guys are part of the spectacle as well, just like Pokey getting it all started here for Too Easy, finding 2 quick frags in succession, and now we're going to see a ball game for hands. A good pistol round here for Too Easy. We're going to see some weaponry come out, and if we're lucky, we're going to see this one run to an even scoreline.
Yep, I mean, this could be the start of the comeback that Too Easy has been wishing for. They've had so little in terms of luck go their way that, well, they needed that. They needed that injection of confidence. They needed that injection of and, well, let's see if hope is a good thing.
Hope is usually a good thing, and yeah, I mean, for what it is worth, that's what you can hope for if you are the side of Too Easy. Very important round to grab there on that pistol. Popping it up just a little bit, Tito trying to regain control here of this game, finding some quick frags. Again, this is an eco round for Entity. Finding some frags here is not going to bode well. They should be able to find the pop land pretty easily. Down that with the USB. Not much to work with. That round was pretty much over before it ever began, considering all the weaponry inside of Too Easy. And now they can hope to build that economy, hope to build on something here, and perhaps work towards that even scoreline I talked about.
Yeah, but the rifles have come out for entry gaming, although yeah, there's no kits, there's no helmet. But they fielded 5 rifles with a decent amount of utility, so this could be the make or break round for Too Easy game. They win this, they get the ball rolling, they set things right, but I think it might be coming in with some of that.
Ruh-roh, does look like we're going to go into a pause here. Fear not, Mumbai, we are with you all night long. In fact, if you're just joining us, their next game will be Signify versus Entity. And as it stands, Entity needing you to make a little bit of noise going into that best of 3. That's right, I see you all out there. You should be looking at yourself, patting yourselves on the back, Mumbai. This is a beautiful country for Counter-Strike.
Yes it is. The support is phenomenal. People are phenomenal, and they love the support.
They do. They're very passionate. I've noticed that.
Yes, one very passionate country about esports, and especially CSGO players.
And the spicy food. That is one thing you guys are passionate about over here too. Glenn has ran me through the ringer when it comes to spicy food.
Yeah, we saw that. That man loves his spicy food.
He's out of control. I've never seen a guy pretty much just spoonful eating wasabi.
Yeah.
And I know, that's obviously not, native, so to say, but
It's not the norm either. I mean, he's the first.
he's not the norm.
Yeah, he's not the norm. You don't use wasabi as your main dish and sushi as a side dish. That's just not how it works.
Well, let's talk about side dishes. It's going to be Dab here. He's going to be trying to get it going yet again. 5 rifles on the side of Entity, 4 on by. We are back from that pause now. Too Easy having that weaponry. Tito electing to stay with that SMG alongside of the 4 AKs on the T side of Too Easy. Now, they're going to play a little bit slower this round. You can expect a little bit slower approach from Too Easy. Now, once they realize that they're up against weaponry, they don't want to give away. They don't want to find themselves in stupid fights where there's no trading. But Falcon already being out that T connector, it's going to be a mess here. Trouble Dab's going to go ahead and fall. Excal's going to have something to say about that as well as he tries to defend this outside bomb site by his lonesome. Taken out by Tito. Now the fight's taken to the ladder. Sai's going to find one. Looking for a second. A good bait and switch here. Hellranger inside. Good chance to get Molotov off. Almost takes him down. Takes him to about 12 HP. Bomb hasn't been planted. It's in the hands of Tito. They're trying to fight this ladder roof. Did not make a situational call there that was beneficial, and they do get punished for it. Entity grabbing that first gun round. Let's see another tech boss come out.
Very questionable calls coming up. They're leaving their T-Connect, C-Connector completely open on the free for you. Walk out, he walks out, press shift, sneaky beaky like take the ball, spray the ball down, and they will both concentrate on the same angle. This has been the problem for teams. They are a very good unit. Their trade game is exceptional. But off late, they have been very shaky.
Yeah, you do hate to see that. Also, you hate to see that. But moreover, I'm sure there was a reason that they didn't try to do something different there. There was absolutely no reason to try to fight in the ladder room like they did. But hey, you know what? You chose that. Unfortunately, whether it be technically induced or what have you, that's the outcome, unfortunately. We're going to see a continuation here. 12-6 your score line. Now that back foot is back in session with Too Easy. Pause it again.
I mean, I think there's some technical issue that needs to be sorted out. I don't know, they're not happy about something. But hey, if you're not going to be communicating, that's anybody's fault.
Yeah, you got to communicate. That's a big part of this game. And, you know, that's something that you probably should know before you get onto a stage at any point in your career. This is not going to be a game where you can run around unless you're Dab and just put all the firepower down on the opponents. But what we will see is a little bit of a save here for Too Easy. They're going to elect to go with one scout, Tito, and see a little bit of success with it earlier with that.
Yeah, he was the headhunter. He was collecting scouts like there was trophies for him. Then he got an Excalibur this time. He's up now. Has been down for the count. But Falcon.
I'd like to see that. Falcon finding that Deagle headshot. Everybody likes it with one Deagle. Can he find a third? That'll be influential here in Too Easy. Potentially grab this round. Falcon's going to get one himself. Now this is turned around on its head. Now the referee's here in Too Easy's hands, and it's all falling apart at the very end of the round. Tito with that scout at the very end. My goodness, that could not have fallen any worse than it did. Dab does close the round out. I think it's a 13-6 score line.
That was a very, very close round. Those two eagle shots from Falcon really did stir things up in the enemy camp there.
Oh, they had it. They had it pretty much in the back of them.
It's strange, right? That's so strange. A 4v2 again coming out, and Dab just puts a stopper of any shenanigans. He's just like, no, you shall not pass. I am Gandalf.
You know, I don't like shenanigans personally, but I do have to participate in it from time to time. Sort of like these shenanigans, my friend, the 13-6 score line, and now we do have rifles out all over the place. We put one AWP inside hands. Let's see what he can do with that, where he's set up to be that inner lower side. Entity playing really pushed up here on that ladder. They're expecting that aggression. They're expecting to have a response for it really early on. Hellraiser's going to be that first line of contact there at the bottom of the ladder. But as it stands, the bomb is postured in the brown halls. And these CTs, you kind of got to wonder, is Too Easy going to use some utility here to push them back? Or are we going to find ourselves in a situation where they have absolutely all their utilities still in their pocket, and they're going to drop down and be punished for it? No trades, no answers whatsoever from the side of Too Easy. And Entity is going to be steamrolling this round inside with the last kill to finish it off. 14-6, Entity Gaming, making it look easy.
Yep. Making it look easy indeed. So, Stunner, fill us in on some of the shenanigans.
Some of my shenanigans?
Yes.
You know, not sure that those are stream appropriate, but it's been a long year, let's say that. No, it's always an interesting time on the road, and the things that come with being in different cities, you know, all the time. So it's an experience, it's an adventure. And they say you should live every day like it's your last, because one day it will be, you know, and that is deep. Yeah, it's pretty deep, sort of like this deep 4 Deagle buy and a Kev coming out for Anti. Not sure what the end game is there. I'm hoping that's a missed purchase, but there's a chance that it is not. I'm not sure what his game plan would be. If I were him, well, I guess ladder's about your only option, maybe in or lower.
Yeah.
But, you know, as it stands, they did find that ladder control, and now they're falling back. Too Easy, not sure what they want to do at this point. They don't want to see this round go to waste. They do not want to see this game go to match point on the heels of this eco. For what it's worth, they have found success with their eco rounds in the past, with some Deagle frags here. But it's going to be a tall order. They're going to be trying to peek this up the site now. That's going to be the first line of defense they're going to run into, and they do find it. The site is starting to open. The key is turning. No Ranger's going to get that trade. A huge trade here. Rexy finding one as well. These Deagles are starting to come alive. They're going to try to get this bomb planted so they have a little bit of money to work with going into what will be match point, unless they pull a miraculous happening out here. Tito and Rexy trying to close this round out in their favor. It's all down to Tito, and he's down as well. Match point for Entity. It's going to be 15-6 here on Train. Those Deagles, though, you saw a little bit of life. You saw quite the lifeline, but it wasn't enough. They just missed the life round.
I think we've been saying this too many times this entire time. Like, Too Easy Gaming, they were so close, yet so far. And, well, I think that's been the story of their game so far. up till now, it's just been a story of missteps and hope, but then it being snuffed out almost immediately.
One thing you can snuff out at home is the fact that we will be going to our next matchup after this one. It is currently map point for Anthony, and you're going to have to save some of that energy for the next matchup. We're going to be taking on Signify. That'll be a best of three, so make sure you stick around for that. Don't go anywhere. That lifeline, that pulse is starting to slip away here, starting to dwindle for Too Easy. Excali finding the opening kill, could have been that nail that does seal the coffin here for Too Easy. It's now a 5 versus 4, and that is not how you want to start the round. Tons of time left. And finally, perhaps maybe we do see a decisive happening here with the side of Too Easy. It's looking like they're going to be going towards this inside bomb site. He set up with 2 players in that upper area, not even having anyone pull that lower from up closing. And if you're Too Easy, you're expecting that regardless. So it's going to be a thorn in your side when you look up and say, oh, hey, there's 2 guys upper, surprise. Smoke activated, and now the hit should come on. 50 seconds on the clock. This could be game for Anthony. Hellranger finds the first. Rexy gets a good trade in there. It's going to be very pivotal and perhaps closing this round out. But, you know, Anti taking quite a few shots until he does fall. Bomb has been planted. 2 versus 4. Tito and Rexy trying to do the impossible here, trying to garner the strength, trying to put it all together, and a huge bit of damage going out there. Rexy not going down silently though, takes down Excal. 2 versus 3. Side with AWP, trying to work up that Thomas area, maybe get a frag here, maybe to seal it. Rexy finding another one, a big player this round, finding 3 so far, and they're going to get mopped up. There was a little bit of life left in them, and it just took its last breath, and that here should come in. Entity picking this one up in a rather convincing fashion. 16-6, GG's exchange, high fives all around. Dab ending the game 26-11. Quite the showing for him there, 150 and 80 yard.
Yeah, it kind of petered out towards the end. They did 148 in the first half. But hey, oh my god.